Alrighty, hello and welcome back to the channel of Truth, Trust and Transparency. And to live up to that name, and as you guys know, I've been hinting at starting a new series. This is it. This is the first video of my series of behind the scenes of a townhouse property development project, where I am planning to vlog and do some sort of small, short, sharp video series behind the scenes of the development process. Now, obviously, a couple of reasons for starting this, on the guy of the Truth, Trust and the Transparency. I think in the industry, a lot of people don't show the behind the scenes, the messy stuff, the working stuff, BTS content. So one, I thought that would be really good. Secondly is I have a stack of you guys that ask me questions every single day about development, about how do we get involved, or, just little things about site, little things about the process and that. And I thought, well, look, it's time pretty well, starting a site now in December, trying to pour a slab before Christmas. I thought, what better time to do this series? And the best part of running my own show is that I don't have to ask anyone for permission to do this. I can just run this how I want. I'm probably going to look to put on some sort of videographer for this series. So if you're interested, please reach out. But for the first couple, I'll definitely be doing them myself until we get into sort of 2026 and we'll know what's happening then. But this video series, it's going to be pretty rough. I don't know how well polished it's going to be, but it's going to be behind the scenes and just documenting in video form those different process and steps along a townhouse development, what you need to look out for, or how all of it happens, construction, watching it all come together, because there's like this in between online at the moment where it's like new site and then it's like a video of the finished product, and I might do those videos of the finished product, but I think what's missed is sort of the in-between, so the stages of construction and stuff like that. And if you're watching this at home and you're interested in development, or if you're interested and just want to sort of learn more or see what I'm up to, see what I'm doing, I'm showing you guys one of my projects. And this project, is a very special one. We get into why and what it is in this vlog. I'm going to go down today and show you guys the site. A little bit funny, long story short, spoke to the builder, said that the demo crew is going to get the excavator on site yesterday. I said that I'd go down today, and obviously being used to those bigger size sites, I thought that would maybe take a little bit longer, but I think we've actually missed a lot of the demolition. But I want to show you guys through the site, what we're planning, some of the difficulties, some of the overlays, and how we overcome them. And if you're brand new here and you don't know who I am, I run a podcast called Everything Property, where I interview property professionals every single week. And it's one of those podcasts that just, isn't a buyer's agency that is trying to funnel people into their buyer's agency. And it's not one of those ones that takes, buyer's agents' money to put them on. So I actually don't really interview too many buyer's agents. I just try to do and give people everything that they need in terms of property to be able to educate themselves so they can go off and make informed decisions. Off the back of that, also launched probably 2 to 3 months ago my own YouTube channel. Have been posting every single day on this channel since then. I'm up to about 160, 180 videos or something like that, and I thought I'd post until the end of the year to get to 2,500 subscribers, just to get the ball rolling. So only a couple of hundred off that now. So if you're watching this and you're like, hell yeah, that resonates with me, would appreciate if you subscribe. But that was me, and that's sort of how I started. I worked in sort of architecture, design and development for the last 10 years. Worked for some developers, big and small, on boutique, duplexes and apartment buildings, up until master plan communities and projects, starting with a B in terms of GR and finish. So finally escaped that world, learned the skill set, learned how to do everything, and thank God I started investing in 2014 whilst I still had a 9-to-5 job. Did a massive cash out, sold some properties off to start with that base of capital to be able to go in and do my own developments, because I know, and working with and seeing these projects firsthand, the opportunity to quickly scale equity again and again and again, compared to, just leaving it, leveraging into like an investment property, but then you've got to wait. A lot of these times you've got to wait at least, and as you guys, if you haven't watched, you will have to wait at least 20 years before you sort of sell that property to for it to make some sizable difference within your portfolio, or to pay down debt. It could be 30 years. Whereas with development, it's like 12 to 18 months, you can get that project complete. I'm focusing mainly on the Class 1A space, which is townhouses, duplex, nothing too complicated. Did come from the Class 2 apartment space, but a lot of those projects take a lot of time, a lot of effort, a lot of resources, and a lot more capital intensive. And I just saw the opportunity, especially with things like the LMR and those sorts of sites and stuff, to be able to leverage and go hard. And I want to show you guys just how easy it can be. Hopefully I don't make it look too easy. Everyone wants to become a property developer, but yeah, wanted to show you guys with a brand new series of me doing the thing, because a lot of people can talk about it, and there's a lot of people in the development industry, especially around the educational space, that are theorists, in my opinion. They've been talking about it or teaching it for 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, but there's a reason why I think they don't show you any of the projects that they're working on. It's because they know the theory, but they don't know the practice. So thought I would show you, look, a stack of projects due to kick off next year, which is really exciting, and we'll take you guys along for the journey. So this is vlog 1 of demo on site, to show you guys what it looks like. And again, if you subscribe, that would be great. If you have any thoughts, questions, queries, comments, drop them below and I'll try to get to them. You can follow my personal Instagram at Davey Hamilton, or the development company that I'm launching this under is called Farnsworth. The Instagram handle is at farnsworth.group. It's in my bio at Davey Hamilton, so you'll see it there. Would appreciate any love and any bigger questions. Just reach out on Instagram DMs. I'm doing my best to get to absolutely everyone that sends one through. So appreciate it, guys. Enjoy the vlog, and let me know your thoughts. It's a bit scrappy first one, but as these go on, they'll get better and better. All right, so we're just down here. Step 1 is the guys are just getting through the rest of the demolition. We're going to go have a look at the site. They've obviously finished for the day, and they've almost pretty much finished demolition in the first couple of weeks. So let's run, you guys. Let's go through the site now. Where did these niggas be at when they say they doing all this and all that? So the first thing that we needed to do was DA consent conditions. Council actually required us to keep this tree. There's not much left of it, but we had to keep it and also protect it. So we did put our tree protection fences up there so no one can harm it. Builders also established the site fencing, and if we go into site, we'll see the demolition's already pretty much finished, so that'll be exciting. Right, now I'm going to talk you guys through a little bit of the plan before it comes to life. Previously, the driveway was on the other side of the site, which is just over there past the skip bins. The house was located here. What we're actually doing for this one is we're going to flip the driveway, which is not ideal, but we're going to flip it to the other side. And the reason that we're flipping it to the other side is actually because of the orientation of the site. We need to get enough sunlight into the private open spaces, which is for everyone that buys one of the townhouses. So we thought we'd flip it to the other side. Here at the front, we're going to have visitors' car space, and we're going to have a 2-story townhouse at the front that will sell for a premium. You've also got really good district views because we're on a little bit of a hill, and 2 stories up, have really good uninterrupted views. That will be a 4-bed, 2-bath, 2-car garage as well. We'll have access through to the backyard, and because of the size of this block, we've actually got space up the back to put a 1-story duplex, which are also highly in demand in the suburb. However, no one can build them because they can't fit on the normal blocks. These couple of blocks up here are actually a little bit bigger, about 50 square meters bigger than all the other blocks in the suburb. And the reason that I purchased this block was that we could actually fit it, instead of doing your typical 3 townhouses double story where they don't really stack up. I decided to buy this one because I could do the double at the front, get a premium, but then could save build price on the back and also get a really, really good resale price. So you save anywhere between 10 to 30% on build costs, but the 1-story was actually selling for a premium. So I'll probably get the same price, if not more, for the 1-story duplex as I will the front townhouse. They're 422. The ones at the back will be 3-bed, 2-bath, 2 living, 1 car. Take a little walk through the site and yeah, let's have a look. Please don't pay that nigga songs in this party, I can't even listen to that. Anytime that I run into somebody, it must be a victory lap. Hey. I actually saw an old guy on Facebook. It's one of those old people that complain about, developers and builders that they knock down old houses. This old house was, I think, about 60 plus years old. It had reached, its lifespan. It was starting to fall apart. The cladding was starting to fall off. But what's really cool, what most people don't know, is that when the demo guys go through and do the demo, they actually split it up into all the different materials. And when they do that, all the bricks will get crushed up and they'll get recycled. They'll be able to sell anything that's steel, aluminium. They'll be able to get a price for that. I can see they've got all the pipes in that there too. And then the wood can probably be reused. And then there may be some scrap that goes into landfill, but majority of it is broken up into sections and recycled where it is. That, a lot of demo contractors will get, and I'm not a pro at it, but a lot of the demo guys will get money back from recycling plenty of this. And it also means that they don't have to pay for it in their quote. So it's like, if they can get rid of it for free, then they're really only paying for machinery like this. That's it. And I actually want to talk to you guys around the fencing. So let's come over this side of the site.
But I guess you know now, baby. I took a half and she took the whole thing. Slow down, baby.
One thing that we do still need to consider on this site, and that council makes you do as part of the conditions of consent, is to put in a 1.8 metre high colour bond fence around the whole property if it doesn't have it already. And I can tell that the size of this fence here, it's kind of like some sort of old steel fence, is that what we'll actually need to do is speak to this neighbour before the site's finished. And in order to get OC, is the developer needs to probably pay and redo this portion of fencing. So it's not a lot, it's probably 10 to 15 metres, but something that needs to be considered and added into costs. But I will likely, because of the different colours of all this fence, look to respray a couple of them just so that they're all the same. I'm thinking maybe a neutral. The back is the best colour for that. Maybe a grey or a neutral. You guys let me know in the comments what you think. But yeah, we'll probably match it to the back fence. That's the newest. Respray the rest of them so that it all makes sense and all looks the same, because the maroon is great, matches their house, but it's not going to match sort of the colour palette that we're doing for our site. But yeah, look, perfect example. Copper pipes that I'm sure they'll crush up and they'll pull for scrap. Then they'll get rid of the bricks. Bricks go to recycling and are made into more concrete. And then the pipes and that will be will be salvaged and recycled, and then what goes into landfill will. But there's not as much as you guys think, and that's the beauty with building. So let's head further up. I want to show you guys and talk a little bit about the trees.
I'm in the trenches, relax. Can you not pet that little boy in the club? Cause we do not listen to rest. We in Atlanta, I buy her wig. She telling me Tay is the best. Pointed the nigga who act like a killer.
This is the builder just called me on site. Does he have a camera? Mate, your ears must be...
What are you doing on site?
Your ears must be burning. I'm here.
I can see you. I got fair trading and safe work with me. I'm gonna get off.
It wasn't. Is that the last thing that you haven't allowed for? Builders not allowing for things in their quotes. Hectic. All right, cool. Done. Too easy. I'll send you a few pics. All right, we're talking trees this time. Now, in New South Wales, in the current council that we're in, if the tree, generally speaking, unless it's not a protected tree, if the tree's under 6 metres tall, you are able to get rid of it if it's in a building footprint or without council approval, which is really good, which means this tree over here, we've got a stump and some other little trees on both sides we are removing. But if you come with me, I want to talk to you about the story about this Cook Islands pine tree that's up the back here. So come further up the back.
At the crib going crazy down bad. What they had didn't last, damn baby. Sometimes we laugh and sometimes we cry, but I guess you know now.
So everyone would see a tree like this and panic because of the size of it. Now, it's obviously, I think this one ended up being about 12 metres tall, which is huge. But the good part of it is, and as some people may or may not know, is that the trunk and the position of it really doesn't affect too much of the development. And the reason why is because it's in that rear setback. So for built structures, we need to come off the back fence in a rear setback of about 3 meters, which is well and truly past it. Because this sort of tree is so big, we do have a tree protection zone, which meant we went a little further forward back off the back fence. But the good thing about that is when you come off a little bit more, it means you give a really nice sized backyard to the people that are going to be moving in. So if you just do the minimum, think of it anyway, if you just do the minimum 3 meter setback, it's not great. But if you can come off, say, 4 meters, and because the site's so big, we have the size to be able to do that, it means that the people that are buying the rear duplexes at the rear of the site will actually have a nice sort of sized courtyard. So if they have a small dog, or if they have kids or grandkids that come over, they'll actually have a nice sized courtyard on each side compared to just the minimum. And it means that these guys too will have shade for a portion of it. We'll get this one probably pruned back so we don't have issues with gutters being blocked. And I know that these guys here have complained about it, and I don't blame them, because it leaves this sort of pine tree does drop a lot of, these sorts of things. I don't know if you call them a leaf or whatever it is, but they have complained about it. I can see there's a few dead branches on there already. So we will prune this one back, but to what we're allowed to. And yeah, happy to keep it and retain it. I think if you come on and you try to remove something like that, because it is protected, because it is so large, council are obviously going to have a huge issue with it, and so they should. But for me, in the type of design that we're doing, I always wanted to retain this tree. I think it's good size, and its majority of it is in the rear setback. So thought we'd retain it, start the building a little bit further off that rear boundary to give a better courtyard space, because you think about it this way, single story dwelling, you don't have much of a backyard, especially in the new housing estates, especially on a block like this. So give a slightly better it'll give a slightly better backyard, and we can retain it, prune it back, and that's about it. These sort of ones here, they'll be gone by the time we finish demolition. Demo contractor will probably get them finished last, and then probably the next time we'll do one of these videos is when we do what's called a site cut. So the guys are preparing the site for the concrete slab, which is when it gets super exciting. We start pouring concrete slabs. So yeah, getting rid of a couple, maintaining it. We've obviously got our tree protection measures, which is just a fence around them. But yeah, that's a little bit of a run through from the site. The reason that I'm doing these videos as well is always kind of wanted a video series and a behind the scenes, and I feel like no one that I've followed has done that. They've always done like the, super hyper polished end videos, which is cool, which I like watching too, and they're super creative. But I also sort of wanted just like a vlog style of like behind the scenes. This is what we're doing, this is why we're doing it, so people that are out there and trying to learn can maybe pick up some things, and also you can sort of get an understanding for how the development works. So yeah, this is the first video of the series, and hopefully there's going to be a bunch more. I'm not sure how often they'll come, it's just when there's things to report on site. So stay tuned for the next one. So look at it, get this. You see this? So this is the funny thing. I told the builder I wanted to keep the oven because I've got another site, and I just replaced the element in the oven down the road. I thought, if you replace the element, the oven's on its last legs. And I knew this had a really good oven in it. And I said to him, can you just do me a favor and keep the oven at the back of the site, and I'll come and pick it up. That, my friends, is the shattered glass door of the oven. And he called me the other day and he said, "Oh, you sure you want to keep it? It's old, it's shitty." I'm going to make a guess and say I'm going to say that he broke the oven and he wanted to make sure I didn't want to keep it so that I'd never check. But seeing that tells me that he potentially broke the oven and I shouldn't have kept it in the first place. So that's a funny observation. But yeah, let's walk through the rest of it, shall we?
She took the whole thing, slow down, baby. We took a trip, now we on your block, and it's like a ghost town, baby. Where did these niggas
The
be
last
at
thing I
when
want
they
to talk
say they
about is we
doing numbers?
actually are removing this bottle brush that's at the front. It's a lovely tree. It is damaged a little bit and rotting. We're actually going to replace it with a better street tree, which I always like. It always looks good when you have a nice big mature tree at the front. So that one's going to come out, flip in the driveway, 2-story townhouse here, single story at the back. It's a little bit about what we're doing. If you have any questions or you want to see anything in particular on this build or on this site, let me know. Still TBC if I'll open the book in this one in terms of numbers, but this is it. This is the development. So got a couple more starting as well next year. Stay tuned.